Hey, where are you? You sound like you're in a closet.
Heyo, word! What's up? Welcome to the Closet Cast. This is episode 4. Today I am Seth. And today I'm joined by Josh.
Yeah, I'm Josh, and I'm very excited to be a part of this Closet Cast episode.
I'm very happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
We tried doing this before, if you remember.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We recorded a test episode on the floor.
Yeah.
And it just the audio from these cut out, but the camera was fine. And that was just kind of a shame because I actually thought it was okay first episode, but
yeah, a little bit too intoxicated, but besides that, it was cool.
Yeah, now we're just lightly intoxicated. Well, not me.
Ever so lightly.
Ever so lightly, every day, Jimmy Buffett style.
Exactly.
Before we really get into it, I want to shout out Zach Cowell, who created the intro and the music for the podcast. It looks great, sounds great. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I'm like, don't compliment me, compliment this man. Zach is a true artist. He does make some pretty great stuff, so check him out. Watch the episode that I did with him. It's the very first episode. Check out his website. He makes some of the best short films I've seen from a student in college. All right. So I found this article online, and I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was interesting. So apparently in northern BC, I found out that there was a single beaver that caused mass internet cell service outage in northern BC, which is British Columbia.
Right.
Look at that image. I'll show it on screen as well.
He looks pretty.
That's definitely going to be
primal.
Yeah.
Pretty, looks like a savage creature right there.
His teeth are red.
That's pretty intense right there.
That's I think that's going to definitely be the thumbnail. So Prince Rupert, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Prince?
Probably Prince. He said, officials have now identified a beaver as the cause of a June 7th outage, which left many residents of northwestern British Columbia without internet, landline, and cellular service for more than 8 hours.
Wow.
The beaver gnawed its way through an aspen tree, which then fell on both British Columbia hydro lines and a TELUS fiber optic cable strung along the British Columbia hydro poles between Topley and Houston. So I brought this up because I was curious because, I mean, I know you just absolutely love nature.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for the beaver population? Does that mean we're going to have to start killing them?
I feel that we might have to take some serious actions in that direction, but I personally would not venture down that direction so hastily, because you got to think, who's the real what's the real issue? Is it the beavers, or is it the fact that people can't go 8 hours without with their lines down?
Yeah.
What's the real issue?
Well,
there? Do we need to start killing beavers because those motherfuckers like to eat
trees?
Yeah.
Do they eat wood? Do beavers eat wood?
I don't. Yes.
Okay. Do you eat wood?
What do you mean by what?
So, since this beaver ate the fiber optic cable, I guess I'm also curious, because you said that, is it the beaver's problem or is it our problem for not being able to go, 8 hours without internet as a society.
Yeah.
Do you think you could go a very long time without internet? You think that's something you can do?
Yeah. And I just think that we're dealing with a bunch of really really addicted people that can't open their eyes to the world.
Mm.
Because you know what's more important than the internet?
What is?
Um,
Yeah.
I can't think of. I mean, there food.
Maybe. I don't know, man. That's a rough one.
You know, never. I take that back. I don't actually. I don't know. I don't know what's better to see. Okay, I think yeah. Fuck these beavers. I mean,
Fuck these beavers.
if we don't have Wi-Fi, then what the fuck?
Yeah, how am I
what
going
are
to
we
play
doing?
Apex? How am I going to play Apex Legends?
Honestly, I don't know how you would play Apex. without
How are you going to
internet.
play Anthem?
I really don't know. I really didn't think this through. How are you gonna play anything?
Yeah, I want to play.
Um.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
just want to play, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, I just I thought I'd bring that up. Interesting topic.
Yeah. So what's the conclusion? Off the beaver.
They definitely
the
ripped that
Beavers.
beaver in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that beaver is beaver split.
Ha. Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
So good. All right,
Wow.
so we're gonna try a thing. You ready?
I'm ready.
So we're gonna try this thing called one-word storytelling.
Mm.
Have you heard of this?
Like back and forth, word by word.
Yeah, we're
love that game.
gonna try and make a story, one word at a time. Starting with me, and then you, and then me, and then you, until we make a full sentence. You ready?
Sounds great. Yeah.
I
Went
to
to
marketplace
to
buy
some
fresh
and
halibut.
that
So the sentence is
was good.
okay. So the sentence was I went to the marketplace to buy some fresh and halibut. That was good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I
You-
like the
you
way
wanna-
that first one turned out.
Do you want to go you want to go first
Yeah.
this time?
Palermo's
Pizza,
is
rockin',
socking,
poppin'.
flip flopping. That's one word.
I'll count it.
Thank you.
And
Delicious.
it is delicious.
Yeah.
Have you had a Palermo's pizza?
Yeah.
What's your hierarchy of like frozen pizzas?
Well, the problem is the past 4 or so years I've had a favorite frozen pizza that is like just insane how delicious it is. But I still, to this day, do not remember what the company is called.
You haven't. So when's the last time you had it?
Some months ago,
Mm.
and I've had it a bunch of times over the past 4 years, but I still do not remember what it's called.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is pretty sad. I have had a Palermo's frozen pizza. Last time I had that was when I was about 10 or 11.
Mm.
It was pretty good.
My mom used to work for Palermo's.
Wow.
Yeah.
The father of the girl that I fell in love with in second and third grade was a not the CEO, but was a head of like the entire Milwaukee building.
So he was like the
And we took a field trip there once, and he was basically the owner of that whole facility, pizza facility, and uh, that is the story of the Felucas. Very successful business, Palermo's.
Do you ever feel some sort of resentment towards that girl you fell in love with in the second grade?
No, but it would have been cool not to have been forced to leave that school after the third grade to never see her again.
Holy shit, Josh.
It was crazy.
Jesus
Very
Christ.
sad.
That's so
Very
fucked up,
depressing.
man.
Yeah,
Well, okay, Palermo's is pretty good.
my life's a novel. My life's a romantic novel.
Do you think you could write a book about your life?
I was thinking about writing a poem. They kind of synthesized every single major moment in my life.
Really?
And it would not be that long of a poem, but it would be a few pages. But it covers like every important thing.
That'd be
But-
kind of cool, actually.
But a memoir or whatever,
A memoir.
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, my life's not interesting enough. I mean,
Yeah, and we lived like a fourth of it, so it's not really.
what's the age you would like kind of want to die at?
If I took care of myself, late 80s, early 90s.
Why?
If I really took care of myself, it would just be the last less or more 5 years where I'm seriously dealing with just how brittle and all the things I am. Because if I've taken care of myself for the last decades, I can easily be in my 70s, and even in my maybe 80s is pushing it, but I could get to my 70s with far less like medical and just body falling apart that majority of people deal with.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about that. You want to obviously live forever. You never want to die, but
I don't know if there's a like if everyone would want to live forever.
well, those people are nihilists.
Not
that would
entirely.
prefer not to.
Maybe like
I
some
mean,
people.
existential nihilists, sure, but like
Some people see
within
their life as a story.
nihilistic. Yeah,
You know, they want an ending. I think every
want an
story
ending.
has a good ending. You know.
yeah. So really, what I'm trying to say is, the last few chapters wouldn't be just lying in a bed,
Yeah.
slowly dying. It would come to that, but that would be like the last chapter instead of not taking care of myself and being in my 70s. So it comes down to not physically suffering the last like 15 years of your life if you want to obviously live to 80, 90.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to live to
But I love food and I don't like working out, so
that. Yeah, that's a dangerous combo.
yeah.
I feel like I'm in the same boat. I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily want to live to like 100.
Yeah.
90 is a good age, especially if I'm healthy. But I do love me an Arby's roast beef sandwich
Yeah. It's incredible.
and maybe some Little Debbie's.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So fantastic.
Do you ever sleep naked?
I stopped a few years ago, but for like 6 years or something, I slept naked pretty much. And that started in like 2013 or 14. And then now, I mean, to this day, I just won't sleep naked. But I used to sleep naked for like years. but now I have to have at least some boxers on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you ever wake up after you sleep naked and there's just like a big old like fucking poop in your bed because you pooped in your bed?
Oh my god, that
Like
happened
poop,
all
like
the
shit,
time.
like in your
like
bed.
actual shit stained on
That's so
my
funny.
sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, just like poop and shit all
It happened
over.
constantly.
Yeah,
Constantly.
yeah,
Yeah.
like poop everywhere.
Leaky asshole. That's what they call me. You know.
LAS, leaky asshole
Yeah.
syndrome. Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, just when you're sleeping, it just slips out.
It just slips right out. So
It's fucking gross, Josh.
yeah, that's why I stopped sleeping naked.
Is that why? All the poop?
Yeah.
Mm.
That was really the only reason why.
I wear diapers.
That's a good method. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're if life gives you a leaky asshole, then it's good to be padded.
Yeah.
Down there. Yeah.
When life gives you leaky asshole, you make leaky.
Yeah. You make a lot of leaky.
You make
a whole lot.
make a leaky.
It's pretty.
I
Pretty
mean,
horrible.
I don't remember the last time I made that much leaky.
It's 3 a.m. and you're cleaning up.
Mm.
All that leak.
All that leak, yeah. Disgusting.
In there. Yeah, it's
Fucking
nasty.
vile, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever when you poop sometimes? This is a real classy podcast, by the way. Do you ever just like have such a rigorous shit that you have to take off all your clothes?
Yeah. You know Charlemagne the God?
No.
He's the one of the hosts of the Breakfast Club
Okay.
radio
Mhm.
show. He mentioned that
That he
he's
does
got to
that?
take his shirt off
Every
gotta
time?
I think he said everything off every time.
What?
And I get what he means, but also, how are you having sweat-inducing shits all of the time?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
that's the primary reason. You get overheated. That body's gotta let out that heat from all the intense ass work that you're pushing through, and you're trying to make it out of safely and alive. Because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you think, will my asshole just come inside out and just be protruding from and dangling, very soggy, fleshy asshole, just completely destroyed inside out because you push so hard. Because I don't know about you, but IBS is a real thing.
We'll be right
It's a real
back after
thing.
these messages.
Limited Smosh shirts now available. Guaranteed to raise your sexiness by 60%. Sex is not guaranteed for ugly.
Build me up, buttercup baby, won't you let me down? Oh, that's the out I was the bone. Alright, welcome back everybody. Thank you for our sponsor, Smosh.
Yeah, thank you, Smosh.
Thank you, Smosh.
How about you do?
Love Smosh. So we're gonna do a small hypothetical here. Who would win in a fight? And I set up 4 matches here.
Right.
And we're going to see which one of these 2 outcomes would win in a fight. You ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, first one. This one I had to decide how many of a certain competitor would be in it, but I think I nailed it.
Okay.
Just for an equal match. So a silverback gorilla versus 4 Dwayne The Rock Johnsons. Now, let's say the playing field is just like an empty room, essentially. No weapons. Everyone's naked. All the Dwaynes, all the gorillas, which is the one gorilla. Now,
This is tricky.
how do you think The Rock could win? The 4 of them.
Well,
Because
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Yeah.
with holding limbs from the back, with um, just a lot of attacking from the front. A lot of kicks. A lot of like what's that kick where you go up and you turn to the side?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that kick.
A lot of intense, because obviously you'll have more distance from the gorilla. You'll be safer.
Yeah.
And just I mean, punching its face. Let's say that the two Dwaynes in the back do get limbs in some way, in some fashion. Maybe some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Holy
be implemented
shit.
by all four Dwaynes in this. I think that he's would possibly come out on top. Possibly.
I feel like Dwayne might have an advantage, especially since there's 4 of them,
Yeah.
and you could just like have one per limb,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then just like pull in separate directions and just like dismember that
That'd be
gorilla. Yeah.
That would be good.
But on the gorilla side, I feel like gorillas are extremely primal. Like they are huge, especially a silverback gorilla. They have an advantage over any human being
Mm.
because they are so heavy. They're just like pure muscle.
Yeah.
But The Rock is also almost pure muscle.
Yeah.
He eats like what, 13 pounds of fish a day or something like that.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit like that.
And then he'll chug his brand tequila whole. An
Was it
entire bottle.
Aviation?
that's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Which I actually got, and it's a gin, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not. It's fine.
Hi,
It's
I'm
not
Ryan
something
Reynolds.
I'd get again. But honestly, it is tricky though, because I mean, exactly. It's just the primal of what primal is. It's nothing but primal.
Yeah.
Humans can tap into the primal and be purely primal, but if you don't even have the cognitive capacity to be anything but primal, there's only the kill.
The
and
kill.
And the taking.
Yeah.
Just there's only the getting done, the deed of the death stuff.
Yeah.
For the satiation stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And if there's only that, because one of the dreams could be like having a euphoric, like he gets bit in the shoulder and has this euphoric memory of his wife or a parent or and it's like, no, there's no long-term memories with that goddamn gorilla. There's no working memory with that gorilla. There's
Interesting.
just eat
It's interesting.
and kill. Dwayne's not. I mean, the gorilla's not going to be thinking about, will I ever see my kid again?
Shit.
He doesn't give a fuck about his kid.
So you think emotion could get in the way?
Yeah, there's only aggression.
Yeah.
But when humans fight, you look at some drunk guys fight, they're not just fucking angry. They're fucking, like, unconsciously yelling at their parent or something.
Yeah.
Or, stuff like that. Or, like, an ex or a sibling or whatever it is. Gorillas, there's no suppressed or subverted emotions or traumas or anything underlying the aggression, the aggression and the attack and the kill. There's just that. There's
Yeah.
nothing but that. I think if you're just all gorilla,
All gorilla.
all gorilla.
So-
Even if you got 4 Dwaynes, I don't know, man.
I think I'm gonna vote the gorilla. I feel like the gorilla is gonna fuck up
I
Ford.
feel like I have to.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I don't even think they're like, even if there was like 10 Dwayne the Rock Johnsons, it would still be quite a fight.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a good one. Let's move on. Okay. So, Jason Voorhees. You know him. With that, considering, the stuff that happens to him in all the movies, versus the entire population of Flint, Michigan, which is 95,000 people.
For this one, personally, I'd say that Voorhees would fuck the shit out of every single one.
You'd fuck the shit out of every single...
Yeah.
Anal gape all the people in Flint, Michigan.
All of them.
Yeah.
Anal gape all of them, absolutely. No question.
I actually thought Jason might have an edge. He is technically invincible. Like, in all those movies, he gets his shit kicked around.
He dies like 4 times or some shit.
He does die like 4 times or some shit. He comes back. Even when they do kill him, they're like, nope. He's back. And everyone in Flint, Michigan probably has like some disgusting disease.
Deficiency.
Yeah, some like, they're probably dehydrated as fuck. And I bet their blood is like rust orange.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jason definitely takes the cake with that one.
Yeah, gotta.
Easy one. Yeah.
Ain't no way Jason's gonna come.
If you live in Flint, Michigan, fuck you.
Honestly, yeah, fuck you.
What do you think of the
And
set?
that's personal.
What do you think of the set in here?
I think it's wonderful.
Hey!
It's absolutely wunderbar. That honestly made me internally jolt, but it happened so fast that physically I wasn't able to react. I just internalized how scared that made me. I was like, just like my eyes wandering. Yeah, this is, and it was like, and it was like a wave, like when if you get hit by lightning, it just goes internally throughout your whole body, up and down.
Yeah.
That's what had happened internally.
Are you okay?
I'm starting to be. That was pretty scary.
Would you like some water?
Is that yours?
Do you want some?
Sure.
Sip it nice and good.
It's good.
Tastes good.
Tastes very good.
All right, we'll move on to the next fight here. So, me with a chainsaw versus you with a katana.
Well,
and let's say that we both know how to use what we're using.
Honestly, I don't see how a chainsaw could lose.
I do.
With almost anything.
With a katana, you're going to be a lot faster.
And it's longer.
And it's longer.
There is that.
And it's sharper.
Yeah.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, I guess I could.
But you know me when I get fucking...
Yeah, I know. When you have that when you fucking shit. When you have that. When you have that shit fucking unlocked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if I unlock some sort of like chaotic part in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm
You'll
like,
become the chainsaw.
if I have to kill you in order to live.
Yeah.
And if you have to kill me in order for you to live.
Yeah.
You are gonna like master that katana.
Be slicing the shit out of you. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be cutting your limbs off.
Yeah.
One by one with this chainsaw.
The thing is, your chainsaw could block a swipe of my katana, but the other way around, I don't think that's gonna be happening.
So you don't
It's
think
too thin of a weapon?
you
block that thick ass chainsaw.
The katana is lighter though. You could just like move out the way.
Yeah, but I just don't have that option
To move out of the way.
of blocking a hit.
Oh, blocking.
Because most likely, just how much more heavy the chainsaw is.
I don't really have the option of dodging though.
True. Yeah.
And say I'm coming at you, chainsaw up,
Chainsaw.
aimed at you.
Yeah.
You could like duck and
Yeah.
like stab me.
Do some nice harakiri incisions.
Right.
Yeah,
Death by 1,000 cuts.
exactly. Yeah.
So, what do you think about that one?
I think that I get your point. The katana really is obviously one of the most solid weapons one could possibly have. But still, that chainsaw. It's it's chainsaws are pretty scary, man.
They
I
are.
might get I might chainsaws are so scary. I might not even lose because the chainsaw is a better weapon overall. I might lose just because I'm curling in a ball of fear because just how scary they are. Think of how loud chainsaws are. Have you ever heard a chainsaw in person? And when you hear that, can you do that again? Do the noise. When you hear that in person, I honestly just feel like I've entered like a hellscape
Yeah.
within my own mind because that noise just takes me back to the time where um before I was born when I was in a hellscape. Um
Man, that's rough.
and
That's a bummer.
that's what sucks about uh being resurrected uh from such a terrifying place. But at least I'm not there anymore. At least I'm not in second Bardo. I'm not counting out my black and white stones.
All right, we got one more fight here.
That's for my Buddhist.
Shout out to Buddhists.
Shout out to Buddhists.
A bear versus Timothy Treadwell.
Well, I think we have. Can I first just say that that was I didn't really say anything coherent about Buddhism at all. I was barely referring to anything coherent Buddhism at all. So sorry for.
I don't think people care.
They don't. But for my Buddhist listeners, as we said, but anyway, I think that the evidence is pretty clear that the bear would.
The bear would
would
win.
win. You know what I mean? I think that we kind of already found out the result of that fight. You know what I mean?
Should I pull up the audio?
I think you should burn the audio and never let another soul listen to it.
It's what happens when you play with bears, man.
That's what happens, especially if you play with them
Bear?
year round for like 2 decades or 3 decades or whatever.
So a bear would
Then,
win.
you're gonna die.
What if you have bear spray?
If you have bear spray, honestly, well, that's the scary thing is I actually do go camping, and I need bear spray because there's bears in the area. And to answer that would be saying, me answering whether it's worth camping there at all. Because if I said, even with bear spray, I could die, then why am I camping for 1 to 2 weeks if I know that I could probably die? So I'm gonna say the bear spray is gonna be just fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna die because bear spray is all I have. That's pretty terrifying, and I've come across 2 bears in my life.
You have?
It was so I was climbing up Mount Teton in Teton National Park a few years ago, and then last year. And a few years ago, I was going up. It was about 3,000 feet. It was really intense, Mount Teton, and would like 3/4 into it, just fucking dying in the sun and all that. There was a mama bear and her cubs that were walking about 30 something feet up, but it was the thing we were hiking on it was like a zigzag. I don't know what that's called. It was such a great incline that they were like 30, 40 feet up there, and it was pretty terrifying. But last year,
That's scary.
I was not coming up, but I was actually on my way down,
Mm-hmm.
and I was coming down on mushrooms, and I was near the same zigzags because we went up to the same area, so we used the same path as I used a few years ago. And around in the same area where I first saw a bear, when I was coming down on mushrooms, uh, descending down on that same path, and near that same area, the zigzagging, I was zigging all the way down, and right before you zag, when I was nearly done zigging,
Yeah.
there was no joke, or no over exaggeration, like 5 to 8 feet away from me, a baby bear.
Oh, how big is a baby bear?
I don't know, maybe like that big or something. I don't know, something like that. Well over 4 feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. And I almost, genuinely, because I only saw it when I was so close to it, like I said, like 5 to 8 feet away. If I wasn't paying attention, if I was more so looking at my feet, or was more so looking a little higher, I would have ran into the baby bear. I almost run into this baby bear, and then I quickly make it zigging. I quickly make it, like I sneak to the zag, and then when I was like just halfway with the zag, the person I was with was making their way down the same place,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like whispering and like waving, saying,
Holy
and all
shit.
that. So
I've never done mushrooms, but I imagine it's terrifying just to run across that, you know?
it was awesome.
Oh,
I wasn't
awesome?
I wasn't in fear at all.
That's awesome. We'll
All
be
I
right
could
back.
say is I thought I was gonna die.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Tim Goey, and this is Fushigi. You can make Fushigi defy gravity and appear to float in midair with maneuvers like the prayer cross, the enigma, levitation, and so many more. From basic maneuvers to the advanced, even control more than one Fushigi at a time. You can order Fushigi the Magic Gravity Ball for $19.99. And when you order, we'll send you a free DVD that will teach you to unlock the secrets of Fushigi. Just pay processing. Must be 18 years or older to order. You can go online to fushigiball.com.
Thank you to Fushigi for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you very much.
Realmente estoy disfrutando mi día hoy.
Sí, muy bien.
¿Y usted?
Sí.
Desearía haber bebido más agua, pero beberé un poco ahora.
Sí.
¿Y usted?
Usted. Sí.
Mi pupitre es muy pequeña.
Poopy?
All right. So you and I had an experience watching Mr. Robot.
That we did.
Not terribly long ago. I'd say like 2 years or so ago is when we watched it. I think it's been
2019.
well. The season 4 came out in 2019, so I think it was a little after.
No, it,
I think it was after.
It was like probably November 2019 to February 2020.
Yeah.
Probably. Sorry for touching the mic.
Oh.
Listeners.
Oh, how dare you?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know it's
That was an intense few months.
Yeah, no, it's a. What do you like about it so much? What's like if you were to like sort of pitch the show to someone who hasn't seen it, maybe someone who's listening, like what would you describe it as?
If you like robots.
A lot of robots, yeah. Mister.
Computers. you dig into computers,
Well,
like-
okay, so the show,
that's my entire recommendation.
if you like computers, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in those categories. That like computers, like robots. It's a big audience already.
Yeah.
Why try to? It's like, how do you recommend Star Wars? Well, do you like space stuff? You could just stick with that, and you got millions of people. You can go on.
Yeah, the show is sad,
Very sad.
and I'd say like if you haven't seen it before, if you like Fight Club,
Mm.
I feel like there's a good comparison with that. If you like Back to the Future, it's a great show. Rami Malek
One of the greatest. Yeah.
Rami
One of
Malek
the
is
greatest actors.
one of the greatest actors. I mean, in that show alone, he has proved himself to be like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot, with like just one performance. The same way that Bob Odenkirk has, like with Better Call Saul as of recent. Same with Bill Hader with Barry, which I'm beginning. I just started the final season. Well, not the final season, but the third season.
Isn't it crazy?
So the first episode alone is already better than like the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like
It really threw me off the way that
it starts.
and
Yeah.
the way that things are turning out.
Yeah, it's
Just to know is being held.
Oh well, yeah. We won't spoil too much.
Yeah.
Um,
He's being held.
he's being held like
cradled or whatever by Barry.
carried and held,
Yeah.
and there's nothing depressing in that show. It's very funny.
No, it's hilarious, and it's just hilarious. Honestly.
It is a funny show. I would say
In fact, I would, it's so purely funny that I wish that there was more dark stuff in it.
yeah,
I think there's not enough darkness in
yeah.
there. Yeah.
I thought that the show was kind of a straight up comedy for like the first season. It's just Bill Hader has it's quite a simple premise, really. I wouldn't say that it really goes beyond its limitations. It stays within its realm. It's a really like kind of simple sort of crime drama slash almost like quirky comedy.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it has like a niche. It fulfills something that like I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Especially with a character like with Barry, who is ultimately just a complex guy.
Yeah. God. Yeah.
And every season they sort of like add like new things, new characters, and none of it gets old. Even like the characters that are original, like the original cast.
I'll be honest. What's her name?
Sally.
She could be annoying.
She can be annoying, but
but I appreciate the arc of her character. That
she's definitely
really
necessary.
has yet to really fulfill itself.
I do think that the show,
along with majority of all the characters, have yet to fulfill their arc. But that's part of the point. Is that it's very different.
I feel like Sally. I haven't really finished season 3 yet, but I feel like she's gonna kind of realize something. I mean, every character is gonna have to realize something, but
Naomi Watson, Mulholland Drive.
yeah,
In a different sort of way.
she's very sort of blinded by fame and wanting like the role. She wants like the part. She seems very dedicated to doing that, and in doing so, she kind of blocks out everything else around her. Whereas Barry, he's kind of conflicted between the acting life and the hitman life. And there's so many characters in the show that exemplify the good and bad of both sides of it.
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
very four-dimensional characters.
Yeah.
Just about all the characters.
because you have Mr. Kusanov, who sort of acts like a father figure to Barry,
Yeah.
and he's like easily my favorite character in the
And
whole
actually, speaking of arcs, he actually does really have a
Yeah,
major arc by the end of season 2.
he does, and it's crazy how they turn that character who is almost like comedic relief
Yeah.
in the first season into like a deeply troubled dude that he still remains probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
Because in the
Yeah.
second episode of season 3, he's running away from someone. I won't say who.
Yeah.
And he is like being chased by like 30 dogs.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he stops this girl on the side of the road,
Yeah.
and he's like, he just looks like an insane. He looks like an insane person.
Yeah.
He's like, are those like, are your pants ripped? He's like, yeah, from the 30 dogs that attacked me. And he just sounds crazy, and that's all because of Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Just
unbelievable.
I never really appreciated him until this show.
Oh wow. I appreciated him as a 80s and 90s kid.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because
Yeah, that's where we're from. We're from the 80s and 90s.
The Fonz.
Hey,
Fonz.
what's up, Doc?
What's? Yeah. Exactly.
We have a statue of the Fonz in Milwaukee.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that. He
'Cause
visited not too long ago.
Does the show take place in Milwaukee, or is it like
Yeah.
filmed in Milwaukee? It's one of the two.
God
There's
knows.
got to be a reason it's here. I don't really know why though.
But no, in all seriousness, Click, the Adam Sandler movie.
Dude, he's so good in Click.
Obviously, I don't know. There's 3 types of people. There's people that cried at one scene in Click, where, his father visits the future, Sandler, that is obviously only focused about work and all these things and ignoring family. And when he repeats, "I love you, son. I love you, son."
Mm.
There's either that, or the end scene where he's in the rain. Okay.
Yeah.
And all just the last stuff from audience. The last scenes of the movie. So there's one type of person who cries in either one of those scenes. The second person doesn't cry at all, and I'm not one of those people.
I
And
actually
there's
cry.
the third type of person, which I am, which cries during the father scene in his office and near the end in the rain, and just I'm the third type. I cry at both scenes. I've seen the movie probably over 25 times, 20 to 25 times, and I've cried. I've been number 3. I think every single time.
Click is underrated. Yeah. No, Click is definitely
I was
underrated.
obsessed with that movie.
People shit on it too much.
I was obsessed with 50 First Dates. Obsessed with that.
I wasn't as much with that one, but Click
It was partly because of the location and the feel, and it just felt like its own little fantasy, you know.
Yeah, and the racism, it's all great.
Yeah, same thing with what's the Jason Segel movie that he wrote? Also takes place in Hawaii. Russell Brand, Kristen Bell.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same sort of.
Yeah.
It's part of is the location.
It's like a genre of movie.
Yeah.
Like going on vacation in Hawaii and having like a love triangle, basically.
But no, Click is how I know Henry.
No, yeah,
Click
Click.
his coin trick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean he with Henry Winkler, he kind of even in Barry, brings like a sense of humanity, and
Yeah.
he doesn't even seem like he's acting.
And that's exactly.
He's so
Exactly.
like just like
And
genuine.
The crazy thing is, you say he brings so much humanity, and the character is so inherently narcissistic
Mhm.
all throughout his life. Yet the humanity of him
Mhm.
is, and that's just obviously because of how ingenious Henry Winkler is.
And the writing too. I mean,
That too. I should.
it's very specific. Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean,
writing.
all of it is like,
Yeah.
I mean, Barry is sort of becoming, in my mind, like one of the best TV shows ever.
Yeah. At this point,
It's
I really
very-
feel that.
It's also very low commitment. Like, if you haven't seen it, like an episode is like 20 minutes
Yeah,
at
it's
least.
one of those
And
25, 30 minutes.
you can binge like a whole
Sounds like-
season in
yeah.
4 hours.
And yeah.
It's
I did
very
that
quick.
recently, too.
You could probably finish the whole show in a day.
Yeah, and
If
we
you really
did
wanted
in
to.
Florida. Finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
The 2 seasons in like 3 days, probably.
Yeah, no, it's really incredible. And NoHo Hank. How do we not talk about Anthony Carrigan as NoHo Hank?
It's just.
I think he's like the funniest
I
thing.
think he's my dad's favorite. He's my dad's favorite character.
Did you watch the gay parts?
Yeah.
What do you think? Was he okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He thought that was hilarious.
I feel like
That's so good.
no, it is. Yeah.
Then that was one of the biggest twists. In fact, that might have been the biggest twist
Was season 3?
of season 3.
Yeah, we
Is
won't say
where
too much, but
They have their own apartment together, or home.
they're dating. Yeah.
It's so great.
It's really cute actually. It's not done in like a haha
Has
they're
anything
gay.
happened yet with them?
Um
It's gonna get depressing.
yeah, we won't talk about it here. But yeah, I mean Anthony Carrigan, he's also in the new Bill and Ted movie. He's in it a little bit.
I haven't seen that yet, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like one of the side characters in like this ensemble cast that they grab.
Speaking of Bill and Ted, let's talk about when we first saw that when it came out in the theater.
Yeah. Well, I was born in 1990.
So you were like 3 or 4?
Well, the second
I
one
was
came
born
out
in
in 1981.
1983. So I was
I.
a young kid.
Yeah, so was I. I was born in
so
1983.
We're both young kids.
And the second one came out in 1991. The Bogus Journey.
Good
So,
times.
we probably
It
saw it
feels
on like
what,
VHS.
7 years ago at this point, and it feels like 30 something years ago.
Yeah.
But it was just a few years ago, really.
Totally brotacular.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. That's exactly what they say.
Or
Yeah. Cry.
what's you did?
Not. I wasn't.
You cry?
Crying out of sorrow. I was crying out of. Sorry, audience. I was crying out of absolute joy, unfiltered, untethered joy. Because if there's any duo that stands the test of time,
It's
then
Bill and Ted, yeah.
it's Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted is underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's not underrated.
I was
It's
just gonna
properly
say,
rated. It's
like,
a very
it is-
famous series, yeah. But Barry, check it out. Mr. Robot, check it out.
Check
Both
it out.
those shows are like right now probably my favorites.
Westworld. At the top.
I haven't even seen Westworld, but I'm gonna.
It's so worth
Um,
getting into.
there's a lot of shows right now. That's the thing.
I mean, it is 3 seasons, and each episode is an hour long, but it is
Yeah.
completely worth it.
There's
also
sort
another
of
hour long at each episode, 3 season thing, Succession. I
okay.
am obsessed with, and I am
White people love Succession.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
they love Succession. Yeah, only white.
Yeah.
the
Only white
whites.
people do.
But I mean, I'm on my second watch, and I watched it for the first time in February, and I'm already watching it again.
Yeah, I gotta get into that. The thing is that there's just such an oversaturation of things to watch.
Yeah, and I was so happy that it finally got to Succession because it was on my watch list for like 4 years. And,
4 years.
And when I finally bit the bullet, because for me, it's almost impossible for me to get into a show for some reason.
It's really hard
I can
nowadays.
watch a million movies, but I can only watch like 3 to 5 full, all the way through TV shows in a year. And when I bit the bullet on Succession, after the first episode, I watched the entire 3 seasons. If I wasn't trying to space the time out to not be done with it so fast, I would have finished the 3 seasons in 3 days.
Damn.
I really want to. It's just, and it really just takes the first. Like, there's some shows and people, say, after a few episodes getting warmed up, then this one first episode, and you click with it by the first episode. It doesn't take ramping up. There's no ramping up.
There's no ramping up.
Genuinely, the first 15-20 minutes, and you're already in it. So.
What do you think
Let's
that
roll
white
it.
van out there is doing?
What else do they do but steal children? luckily, we're not kids anymore. So we're we're safe from sexual trauma. Because I'll tell you one thing: if I was a kid, I don't care what he doesn't have to have candy. He could have fucking soggy what's it called? So what's the peanut butter and jelly frozen? What are those called?
Like an Uncrustable.
He could have soggy, room temperature Uncrustables, and I would fucking run inside of that van to munch on those. And I'm allergic to peanut butter.